Here comes Thomas. He's hit a couple of daggers this year. Shot clock's turned off at 3, at 2. Thomas falls away and hits for the lead with .9 to go. Sebastian Thomas time at the Ryan Center again. There's a title on the line tonight in Tempe as we welcome you to the championship game of the Arizona Tip-Off with a pair of Bulldogs ready to battle in the desert. 25th ranked and unbeaten Mississippi State out of the SEC taking on Butler at 5-1 out of the Big East. And we say good evening inside Mullet Arena. Happy Feast Week Friday with the coach Matt McCall, Jack Benjamin with you. So Mississippi State certainly looked the part of a top 25 team last night en route to moving to 6-0. Butler's won 4 straight, but safe to say toughest test so far for Thad Matta's group. We have not seen a field goal in this game in nearly 3 minutes. Berry trying to change that and does, plus a foul. A chance to tie it with a 4-point play at the line. Thomas with 3 to shoot, they've got to go. With 2 with 1, Thomas has to hoist, and he hits an impossible 3. Crowell kicks, extra pass, McGee, yes sir! Here comes Sears, knifing through the paint. Carter for the lead, you bet! Back to Haynes, working on Brown inside, blocked it, rebound Brown. That's his 11th board. Rhode Island can tie it with a 2, they do! Sebastian Thomas, we're all square at 54. Timeout, Tony Skinn. It's a raucous Ryan Center crowd. A 6-0 Rhode Island run to draw even. The finish by Thomas to tie us up. We welcome you back inside Mullet Arena with the coach, Matt McCall, Jack Benjamin on hand. So Mississippi State knows who they are. Back-to-back NCAA tournament appearances. First time in 15 years. UNLV hasn't been to the big dance in more than a decade. This is the kind of early season statement win that Kevin Kruger and his team need.
Well, you think when Mississippi State, is it fair to say they're underrated even though they're ranked in the top 25?
Another steal. Lob it up top to Corin. High flyer. Low lobs it again to Corin. Can you say deja vu? Low. Down the lane he goes. Somehow found Corin. How did he do it? Screen in the mid-post. Looking to dish. Finds more. Who finds 3? Largest lead of the game as Butler goes up 5. Off the screen, Sears. His 6th three-pointer today. And we're tied at 85 in double OT. Shot clock's at 5. Jabunji's got to go. He hoists it up, and he puts it in! Quentin Jabunji. His 2nd field goal today. He hadn't played in the previous 8 games. Rhode Island by 3, late here at the Ryan Center. Trying to close out a huge comeback win. Along the Allegheny Mountains, we welcome you to White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia for the championship game of the Greenbrier Tip-Off with a battle of the unbeatens as the 19th ranked Wisconsin Badgers out of the Big Ten take on the Pitt Panthers out of the ACC. Well, Pitt used a strong second-half surge to get by LSU in the semis. Wisconsin a wire-to-wire winner over UCF to set up today's title game. LSU a 3-overtime winner over UCF in the 3rd-place game earlier. He's the former head coach at UMass at Chattanooga, Matt McCall. Jack Benjamin with you. We welcome you inside historic Colonial Hall. Simply put, as a college basketball fan, doesn't get a lot better than 2 unbeatens in a November game that has a March feel.
Oh, it's 100% absolutely a March feel. You're talking about 2 of the best offenses in the entire country. How about the Badgers and how good have they been? 17th ranked offense in the country, getting 88 points per game.
And it's been led by one of their backcourt players. John Blackwell has been sensational this sophomore season.
I don't even think he broke a sweat the other night. One of the best freshmen in all the Big Ten last year, picking up where he left off.
But it wasn't just him Friday versus UCF. Very balanced. John Tonje came in averaging about 23 per. He had 15. Nolan Winter, first career double-double. And Kamari McGee, most points as a Badger with 14. Pitt, meanwhile, perfect on the season in large part due to the point guard play of sophomore Jalen Lowe, who can do it all.
And what didn't this guy do the other night?
It has been a long time since Pitt knocked off a ranked opponent in the regular season in non-conference play. You got to go all the way back to 2007 versus Duke at MSG when LaVance Fields drilled a three-pointer. 8 straight losses since. Last meeting between these two was in the 2016 NCAA tournament. They combined for 90. It might be first to 90 today. Tip-off is next. Feast your eyes on Premier League festive fixtures as our favorite time of the year continues with Liverpool taking on Manchester United tomorrow 11:30 a.m. Eastern on NBC and Peacock. Well, Jalen Haynes just picked up his 3rd personal foul. A big storyline in this game. Their second leading scorer, their leading rebounder.
And he's going to get a little bit of a rest. This is an appropriate time. I don't think he'll have any problem playing with 2 fouls because he's a very smart intimidator. You know who he reminds me of a little bit? Remember DJ Burns at NC State?
Yes, last year.
Yeah. He has a high skill level, and he also does something which it kind of caught me off guard. Coach Skin told us that he wants him to approach the game like Jason Kidd, like just really smart, very, very high IQ with your approach.
Rhode Island, meanwhile, trying to make this a 1-possession game after trailing by as many as 12. Sebastian Thomas. Hands off for Brown. They run House off a screen. Shot clock at 5. House down the lane. Missed it. Rebound tipped all the way out. Billups secures. 2-on-1. Maddox to the rim. And he puts it up and in. That is all Jared Billups, and Maddox in double figures with a dozen.
But Billups just makes big plays.
He does.
First half, he didn't score, right?
He had 2 points.
2 points. His plus-minus was what?
Plus 10. Incredible. You know, his cousin is Chauncey Billups. His nickname was Mr. Big Shot. So maybe his nickname needs to be Mr. Big Defensive Play.
Yeah, Mr. Big Stop.
That's why they pay you the big bucks, the nicknames.
This is a bad miss right there, and it served as an outlet pass. I love the finish, but the bounce pass, the fundamentals, putting it right where the defense couldn't get at it.
Well, for a moment there, Traore slipped. You had a flying Emejuru who missed, and the putback is there. So George Mason just attacking the offensive glass. And they get the finish inside from Billups. He has done it all. Traore's got 1 3. He's off the mark there. Emejuru, another rebound.
Rhode Island is down by 8, but this is a game that seems like a much bigger deficit.
It does. Well, they're in a scoring drought that has now surpassed 2 minutes. Of course, they'd won in the first half that went longer than 10.5 minutes. O'Connor hounded by House. Works down the lane. And Emejuru couldn't squeeze that pass out of bounds. It goes back to Rhode Island. So Green and Lawrence check back in. Traore and Estevez sit.
George Mason just beat Davidson. Why? They gave up 0 fast break points. Davidson missed 29 shots and only grabbed 3 offensive rebounds. Once again, George Mason is made up of all juniors and seniors. It's an old team that really understands how to win on the road.
Rhode Island, one of the fastest teams in the country tempo-wise, but it has not been that way today. Thomas for 3. You bet! A huge 3 for Sebastian Thomas, his 3rd. He's got a game-high 16. They're loud again here at the Ryan Center. Rhode Island 8-0 on their home floor this year. O'Connor, mid-range, it's true. Now, he's a smooth player, 9 points for him. Native of Ontario, 2 years at UMass Lowell. David Green. Double comes on the baseline. Thomas skips. Lawrence can't cash it in. It's the right play, though. And this is the kind of pace George Mason wants to be at.
Oh, they're taking all of their shots with under 10 seconds on the shot clock. Remember, low scoring favors George Mason.
Foul here away from the ball, called on Lawrence. They have started to post their guards a little bit. Second foul on Lawrence. And 5 on Rhode Island now in the half.
George Mason creeping towards the bonus, but that may not be a good thing for them. They can't make free throws.
6 for 14 at the line, and they've missed 6 or 7 in the half. Maddox high off the window, no. Poked back outside to Anderson. In the corner, Maddox. Short on a triple, another offensive rebound for Billups. And a fresh 20 for George Mason. Billups has made every big play that the Patriots have needed today. O'Connor, offensive foul. It's a moving screen on Emejuru.
Yeah, I don't blame Emejuru at all. It's the ball handler's responsibility to let him get set. So remember, Emejuru's doing a nice job on the glass. Haynes is their best big man. He's resting, and he's also got 3 fouls that he wants to be able to make sure that's not an issue.
Sebastian Thomas off the Brown screen. He kicks for Jabunji, who's back in. And we have a foul called on the floor. That's 7 now on George Mason. This is the bonus situation. It's actually 8 team fouls. Some wrestling inside.
A little bit.
Now, back in your day, that's a love tap, right? So 1-1, and this has been a huge storyline in the second half. Rhode Island 7 for 8 at the line here in this second stanza. Brown continues that trend.
When Brown is playing well at 7 foot 250, he's a real problem in this league. He's a good pick and roll player, and I think that the next step, I'd love to see them throw that lob pass off the pick and roll. Also, Jack, Green has got to have more of an impact down the home stretch of this game. I think he is their best overall player with his ability to defend, rebound, play in transition. He's been really quiet in this contest.
2 free throws in for Brown. He's got 8 points to go with 10 rebounds. He is tied a season high with 10 boards, 1 shy of a career high now.
And this would be a trip that George Mason would be wise to get Jalen Haynes involved. He's been on the bench, he's fresh, and he's got a mismatch in the low post.
He plays catch with O'Connor out high. Maddox turns the corner. Kick out, Anderson, 3, no! Now it pinballed around and off, and Rhode Island can get back within a possession again. Bad pass by Thomas. Not a good turnover there, and Thomas went down. Maddox pulls for 3. Rebound Green. That could have been a killer sequence. Rhode Island dodges a bullet. Lawrence on the baseline drive. Up and off. Fuchs is there to put it in. It's a 1-possession game. And this Ryan Center crowd to their feet again here in Kingston. Maddox posting on Thomas, puts a shoulder down and draws a foul. Thomas in disbelief. Maddox will be at the line. 49-46. Don't go anywhere. We got a great one to go in here in Kingston.